Absolutely. I know it's Friday. Y'all got 1,001 things y'all could be doing. But y'all here with me. And I appreciate that. Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. This is Painful Excellence Podcast. Let's get it. Spurgood Marshall. The beautiful love is the word. Philip D. Redden. P.E.P. in the building. Chilltown Majors. Rod Neal. JC. What's good, man? Eric Jordan. Glad to see JC back in the saddle. My brother Eric Jordan always supporting Night Train. Oh, y'all always support, man. Salute to all of you. Night Train. My brother LeBron, Broken Traditions. Yo, it got so busy today, man. I still got to call you. I got to let you know what's been going on. YouTube's been on some stuff, and they're going to have a conversation with us as a community. Because they got some explaining to do. But I'll tell you about it. Broken Traditions in that super chat, much love early. He said, supporting the grind. Drew been on the grind lately. Salute. I actually haven't been feeling like I've been grinding too hard. Maybe it's because when you actually have a passion for what you do, it doesn't seem like a job. And I actually think I am going to start doing more. Like I said, I'm going to try and bring out this show 4 days out the week now. I'm see how this works out. But salute to you, Laurent, man. Salute. Salute to you, good brother. Tat Lawson in the building. Derek Gaines. Salute, salute, salute. Yes, sir. Squeegee Kid in the building. What up, man? How you feel? Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Jared Green, Shogun, original man in the building. Yeah, no doubt, Laurent. I'm gonna holler at you. I'm gonna holler at you tomorrow. I ain't gotta be to work until like 1 tomorrow. So let's get it, man. I know a lot of the topics we're gonna touch might seem a bit repetitive. But that's okay. That's okay, because anything that it sounds repetitive, it bears repeating. And DNA, paternity laws, would they be beneficial? Now, there's been a lot of things going on as far as relationships ending. Edgar Chavez, my brother, what's good? Relationships are ending, and they're like very close together. You know, everyone from Al Pacino to Remy Ma, which we spoke about yesterday, and Tia is still running around in the dating market after she had a husband and 2 kids, and I'm still not clear. All right, Laurent, hell yeah. I'm still not clear on why she ended her marriage. But I did hear her do an interview, and it's, when women always break up with men, they always talk about, I had to find myself, and, I had to love myself, and me. Always about them, right? It's crazy. Quiet Storm, salute. You should already know yourself before you walk the damn aisle. You mean to tell me this whole time, well until her 30s, she didn't know herself before she decided to get married and have a family? Then you decide to break your family up and discover yourself, and now you're on the dating market? Got your kids looking silly. Young Hollywood, salute, good brother. They wait until they're married to find themselves. Have fun in the streets. Salute to the sisters that were saying, yo, go back home. Ain't nothing out here. And I ain't the one to tell the brother what to do. But knowing me, no backseats. You remember no backseats? When you was a kid, yeah, no backseats. Sorry. No backseats. We out of here. But anyway, a lot of relationships breaking up, and more videos are popping up, you know, men recording their women. I saw another video where a woman married this dude and he recorded her beefing that he didn't put her name on like insurance policies and things of that nature. And he was like, what the fuck is, why are you breaking? Why you, what's up with you? And I got to thinking, you see, to certain people, that's certain women, let me be clear, that's normal behavior for them to be acting like spoiled brats. Oh, Park, my brother, what's good? They act like spoiled brats, you know what I mean? When they don't get their way. But that's expected. Because aside, they ignore that bratish behavior, that childlike behavior, that adolescent behavior, and they go right to the man. They say, well, why isn't he complying with what she asked? And I'm like, you know what? You know what's a problem in here? You know what's a problem in this world with the relationships and things of that nature? These women have been made to feel so comfortable in their behavior. We said common sense, salute. This behavior has become normalized. And one of the things to snap a lot of this back to normal is to make them feel uncomfortable. How are we going to do that? Well, we're already here having conversations as men and as women who agree. But something else has to be done. And one of the things that makes perfect sense to me is changing the paternity laws. Now, I saw a video and I forgot who sent it to me. It was sent to me on Instagram. The white guy talking about laws being passed. Now, I heard some things. I researched certain things, and I went to this thing called Fact Check. You know, I didn't find anything up to date. As the story is updated at September 13th. No U.S. states have implemented new laws requiring fathers to establish paternity via DNA testing. Okay. So I don't know what's true or what's not true. Village brother, salute. Mona D, Pat Pack in the building. Salute, Mona D. How are you? But what I will say is this. It's time, and I'm not talking about one or two states, Tennessee, Texas, things of that. No. I think Congress needs to have a conversation as a whole. You know, you already had Roe versus Wade, which had all these women rolling in the streets, talking about my body, my choice. Cool. Now they done took that away. But how do you put the stamp on this? I think with new paternity laws, and I think it would benefit the country, because right now, let me read the super chat real quick. My brother Eric Jordan in that super chat, salute, man. He said, Tia Mowry, could graduation become a nightmare? What a selfish, her graduate, because she graduated from marriage. What a selfish, self-centered, home-wrecking ass beesh. So congratulations, you played the ish out of yourself. Yes. What is she teaching her kids? Her son is going to say, well, I don't know. If I get a woman, mommy, I want to get a woman and marry her forever. Till death do us part. How do I not do what dad did to you to make you graduate from marriage? And what is she going to teach her daughter? Find yourself. And if you marry and get and become unhappy, leave them. Now, Nitty G, my brother, Nitty G in the building, salute. Steve Elder Mac, what's good? Now, let me say this. I think paternity laws will change. Kane, what up? It would change a whole lot, wouldn't it? It would change a whole lot. Paternity laws, as it stands right now, to me, it's like they're non-existent. It is Sports Talk. Salute. The laws right now benefit females 100%. The show I did with the law they were trying to propose, that all a woman has to do, y'all remember this? All a woman has to do is say you're the father, and for the months that she's pregnant, you can get hit for back child support. You remember that? Y'all remember I did a show on that. You can get hit with back child support. And then you won't find out if the child's yours until the child's born. But watch this. You can get DNA tested while she's pregnant. I think you can get it during the amniocentesis. Y'all know what that is? A lot of y'all women, y'all know what that is. So for those of you that have children, y'all know what that is. It's when they check the fluid and they want to see, you can tell, they stick a needle inside the fluid where the baby is, and they can tell whether your baby's going to be normal or not, for lack of a better words. And they were trying to push this through Congress. And watch this. If you choose to try and get a DNA test, the woman, the way the law was written, the woman doesn't have to give you a DNA test. Did y'all hear what I said? This law that they were pushing, the woman could say, you're the father. And now you got to pay back child. She's 6 months in, writes your name down, and now you got to pay her child support from the time she went to the doctor, and it was, she's 6 months. So now you owe her back support. And then when the child's born, you're like, yo, I need a DNA test to prove that I'm not the father. She don't have to, the way the law was written, do y'all remember this show? She don't have to even show up. And I said, wait a minute. Who's pushing this in the government? Now, I want y'all to understand something. That's a Congress thing. There's nobody that could think that that's fair or right. They always say, oh, this is for the benefit of the kid, the benefit of the kid. How does that benefit the kid? It benefits the woman. And what happens with us? We go to court, how much money you make? Yo, listen, I don't know if I'm how much money you make? Listen, I don't know if how much money do you make? Well, in the meantime, I tell you, we sort this out. You got to pay, man. If you can't pay, give me your driver's license. You can't. Go sit in this cell for 90 days. Now you can't pay your car note. You can't pay your lights, your gas, your mortgage, whatever. You lose everything. And then when you come out, you have nothing. You can't get a job and no goddamn driver's license. You can't pay child support. That's piling up. Now you're literally out on the street. Or if you're lucky, living with relatives. You done lost everything. And in some cases, you find out, oh, I'm not the father. After she done fucked off your life. She done set you back. She fucked up your credit. Now you have a criminal record. Now what? Doesn't it sound like this government is really trying to fuck men up? Didn't I do a show last week about how it seems like society wants men to be more feminine, while places like China are encouraging their boys to be more masculine? Remember I did that show? Do you get that there's a connection with all of this? Do y'all understand yet? Do y'all understand anything that I'm trying to do here, trying to say? V. Ben Israel, salute. Woke, what's good? I know about that, Reset. I know about that. Doesn't it seem like this is all connected now? Is all of this making sense? I do these shows for a reason. There's my guy, MP.
What the fuck?
Salute. Well, I know, LaRon, you was telling me. But you see that there's an agenda here, right? Feminize these men. And the men that are not sure if they're the biological father of these children, what happens with them? I know a man personally that had to go through that shit. Lost his CDL. Did a little jail. Came out. Luckily he had somewhere to go. Lost his apartment. Fucked up his credit. Had to move back with his parents. Then had to chase his bitch down. She done moved to 2 different states. Tracked her down. Reese, what up? Tracked her down. He was able to go to court. Baby not his. And what does the government do? Oh, well, sorry. Can you take this off my record? Yeah, well, we can give you your license back, but, you know, I mean, fuck you mean? My credit is like 435 now. I lost my apartment, lost my car, lost my job. Fucked me up for 2 years. The baby's not mine. When I was trying to pay her, I couldn't find her to pay her. And all y'all niggas can say is sorry. Y'all can't even, okay, y'all not gonna throw her in jail for lying. Can you at least like fix my credit or something and give me back my license? And you wonder why the male suicide rate is so high. D'Artagnan 8, salute. This is real shit. And these are things that the government enable these girls to do. There's no consequences for being a hoe. Do you understand? This is why we don't like girls like this red bitch and Sukiyana. Hoe culture, talking about eating niggas' asses and shit. Do you understand that this is all a work? You know what I mean by work, right? It's all a scheme. It's a setup. Whole time, you're feminizing men. You're taking away options. So the way to them, being a man, raised by single mothers, how do you prove you're a man? You start fucking. Okay, yeah, your dick works. Now you done made a baby. What you gonna do now? Maury's retired, asshole. Paternity court. You see the train wrecks on that? Maury, the dudes that are the father, usually who are those dudes? Usually the dudes on stage that are crying, I hope this is my baby. I hope you are not the father. Oh, and he go running off the stage. And what about the dudes that are, I ain't the daddy. Those are corner niggas. 99.999% of the time, when they on there screaming and hollering, those are corner niggas. Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. But we've been cornered. Listen to our music. What do we celebrate? Black men are attracted to 2 things. And I'm talking about a certain black man with no proper upbringing. Money and pussy. How do you insult a young black man that's immature? You insult his dick and his pockets. And they lose their mind. When they ain't got none. Squeeze your kid. And that super chat, much love. He said the thing is the government doesn't want to pay for a kid, and the government knows that if a woman falsely fingers a man as the father, chances are she says the highest earning man she knows is who she picks. And this is why DNA is important. This is why they also tried to insert that law. See, that paternity thing, here's why voting, and salute to you in that super chat, here's why voting is important. Some people say I only vote for the president. Let me tell you why that's bad. let's say you vote Republican. Everybody's pissed off. Half of black people in America is going to vote Republican this time. Watch. But here's why you vote for everybody in that party. You need to know what your local congressman is doing, your state congressman is doing, because when you vote for the president and everybody in that party, there might be somebody in your party in your very state that'll slip that law in. Everything Biden's about, Democrats have shot their low. We're sick with it. So now everybody's let's just say everyone's going Republican now. Right? And now there's a bunch of Republicans. So when you go to vote, it's whoever's Republican and everybody Republican. Don't do that. Do not do that. You need to know those policies, because it'll be one of those motherfuckers in your state that'll slip in. Yeah, all a woman has to do is say he's the father, and he can ask for a DNA, but DNA testing is at her discretion. That's what the law was saying. Do you remember this show that I did? I forgot the name of it, but it stated DNA testing was at the option of the woman. And I'm like, yo, a bitch could say Tyler Perry is her baby daddy, and the way that law is written, they'll just take his money and he'll say, well, fine, I need a DNA test. And she don't have to show up to court if she don't want to. That child's going to have to turn 18 and say, okay, daddy, let's go. Oh, you're not the father? Oh, well, after she done G'd him out of fucking $70 million over 18 years. JC, you remember that show? This is what I'm saying. So you need to know everybody doing things in your state, your county, everything. And I know Viva in Israel. I'm just saying, I just use that as an example. But what I'm pointing out is that everything seems to be, this is a game. This is a game for the government. And it's one big scheme to fuck us up. So we all know that they make money off of these court cases and putting men in jail for back child support and all of this, all of this stuff. They make money on these cases. But when I asked would new paternity laws be beneficial to the country, I think it would. Dirty reverse Wade, it sounded like you was trying to make these hoes who tune to Sukiana, because it's not only black chicks, y'all. These Republicans that were born and raised in the middle of the country, where the highest downloaded and purchased pornography are in the same red states where they're the most churches. Y'all ain't hear me? Y'all ain't hear me? Shamar, what up? Y'all ain't hear me? Did y'all know that? The red states, where they have their Bibles and guns, also have the highest purchased pornography. Did you know that? Did you know that? That was weird. So they're human. They get horny. I ain't knocking that. But don't beat me in the head like you're holier than thou. I know what time it is with y'all. Salute to y'all. Y'all just not out loud about it, but we see the paper trail. There's a paper trail now, because you can get it online now. There's a paper trail. So now we know that. Now that we know that you're human, we can move on. Y'all are a part of the scheme. Y'all try not to be messy, but we know what's going on. Y'all just not loud about it. Y'all not as loud. I don't see no white chicks talking about they're gonna eat it, they're gonna get their coochie scratched and eat a nigga ass. But guess what? Your grandchildren are influenced by who? Black culture. So all of this is slowly backfiring. And these new kids, they're more liberal So there's a lot of interracial things going on too. Trust me, there is. Trust me, there is. So now that we know that, I'll say this. Since we know this, I do think a few new paternity laws. Here's how I think they would benefit the country. Roe vs. Wade, that was the first step. I don't care if you chicks is rolling in the street, screaming and hollering and crying. I don't care. It's crocodile tears. Y'all lived off the fat of the land for too long. This little clip that I saw, I couldn't find it, man. I wanted to play it for y'all, but I couldn't find it. Let me read the super chat. I'm gonna tell you what he said, though. I mentioned it yesterday night, but I'm gonna say it again. Quiet Storm, my brother, in that super chat salute, he said, paternity fraud is not enough. You got to tie in mandatory DNA, child custody, 50-50 ratio, and EBD welfare. If you do all of those at the same time, you will crush feminism and boss chicks almost overnight. Let me hit you with Uncle Pecos. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the first step. Mandatory DNA testing. That's the first step. Now, I saw this video clip and I couldn't find, Shamar, what up? If I missed you, salute. I couldn't find, oh yeah, V, and I'm gonna get to that. I couldn't find the clip, but there was a white fella. He says, yo, there's things happening. And he said, DNA testing is being discussed. Yeah, Rob, we're gonna get to that too. DNA testing is being discussed. Mandatory DNA testing. Here was the crazy part. What he said. He said, "A woman's only gonna be able to hit a man for child support only if he's been an active role in the child's life." And what that meant was, if a chick got pregnant with a dude on for one night stand, and let's say she told him, "You the father," he says, "I don't know that. I just met you last month. We knocked it down after the club in the car. I don't know how many niggas you knocked it down with. Oh, well, I'm having a baby. I'm telling you, if you think it's mine, get your stomach pumped, because I ain't doing nothing with it. You gonna go ahead with the pregnancy? That's on you." She goes through with the pregnancy. You're the father. No, I'm not. She tries to hand him for child support. Is he active in the baby's life? Did he sign a certificate? Nope. Sorry. Now, here's why I like that. I like that because if women know that that's going to happen, a lot of women would think twice about that. And I know about that in Wisconsin, Kane. I know about that. A lot of bitches would be taking planes and trains and automobiles to Wisconsin to get their stomachs pumped. But if they know that the government is not going to assist them in pursuing a dude and forcing him, if he's not going to be in a child's life, a lot of these bitches don't even want the dudes in the child's life. They just want a child. But if they understand that this is a hard thing by themselves and they're not going to have the assistance of a little fucking $1,000 a month, that's a deterrent, knowing that the government is not going to help them pursue that man. That's making them be accountable. Yeah, you can spit that kid out, but don't think we're going to pursue that guy and ruin his life. Now, of course, there'll be women saying, oh, well, he should know. And yeah, he should know. She should know. But why is it that he has to get ruined and she not? The government's been ruining men for years. Why is it that she can make a mistake, but he has to pay for the mistake? What is she losing? Sleepless nights? That's all she's getting? She don't get the club no more? They're supposed to make you sit down. These chicks be having a child be 6 months old, then trying to drop the child off at grandma's house or granddad's house. I need a break. Listen, you made a baby. There are no breaks. You 6 months in, you need a break? To do what? Twerk? Right. And the government has been assisting in this dysfunction. So if they crack the whip, that's a deterrent. Look, y'all, I'm not telling y'all not to have sex, but understand, you carry that baby, we're not going to pursue him. That should be a deterrent. Get your ass on birth control. Birth control is cheaper than paying for a kid next 18 to 21, 25 years. Public assistance will go down. I'm no mathematician, but I'm going to assume it'll go down. Why? Who's on public assistance? A lot of single mothers. Now, now, I haven't looked it up. Feel free, though. You know what I do know? Black women are leading the charge in evictions. So somebody needs public assistance, right? Now, I ain't saying anything. Well, I am, but I ain't. Y'all are all bosses. Y'all don't need no man. Why y'all getting evicted at a rising rate? What's going on? I'm being serious. What's going on? Thank you, Squeegee Kid. Let me put that up here. Generic birth control is free under employer plans via ACA. But how many of these chicks are employed? You're not employed if you're a boss. Mrs. Shelton, salute. If you're a boss, you're self-employed. These chicks don't believe in condoms and, you a boss getting evicted? What's going on? And I'm not dumping on black chicks. I'm just talking about, would new paternity laws be beneficial to the country? I think they are. Because if you get these women to be accountable and say, you know what? They're no longer pursuing these good-for-nothing dudes. How about you stop picking these good-for-nothing dudes? And if you're going to sleep with them, wear a condom. Get on the shot. Get on the pill. Do something to prevent the pregnancy. I don't want to hear, oh, it makes me gain weight, and you don't understand the woman's biological makeup. Look. A lot of y'all bitches fat anyway. So I mean, come on, man.
Whoa! What the yeah, it's kind of pretty before it gets started, ain't it? Oh, frog when courting, he did ride Crambo. Frog when courting, he did ride Crambo.
Take that!
I mean, right?
What?
Am I lying? So take the pill. So what, it makes you gain about 5 pounds? Exercise. You know the actual medication don't make you gain weight. Eating makes you gain weight. You know what they're talking about? It does do something to your insides where, and this is what a woman told me. This is what a doctor told me. I said, it makes y'all gain weight. She says, no. When they say that, it fucks with your appetite. That's all it is. It makes you hungry. It makes you think you're hungry. And you're snacking all day. That's all. You know why? When women are pregnant, what happens? Anthony Jones, salute. When you're pregnant, right? These women eat, right? They get cravings for shit. So there's something in the medicine that makes you munch. You got to get control of that. Because there's women that are on birth control, but they're working out in the gym. So they can eat X amount of calories, but they say, yo, I know if I don't get on that treadmill and burn this fucker off, I'm returning to a Weeble Wobble. Y'all remember the Weeble Wobbles? Yeah. So I don't want to hear it. Get your ass on some fucking birth control. Be responsible. So I think these paternity laws will set these women straight. You already did Roe vs. Wade, got them shook. So what? You got Wisconsin doing it again. That's fine. But if you take away them chasing around men and fucking their lives up, look, okay, if you got to chase around a man to take care of a kid that he didn't want, maybe you shouldn't have been raw dogging that dude in the first place. Maybe you shouldn't have chosen a dude that you knew was going to be irresponsible. So maybe if the government says we ain't going to help you with that, maybe they'd be more, maybe they would second think their choices. You see what I'm saying? Y'all see that? 16,000 evictions. Atlanta, home of the boss chicks. 16,000 evictions? What's happening there? Talk to me. Tell me what the fuck is going on? Out of those 16,000 evictions, how many of those women are single mothers? It says women. Not couples, not men, women. V. Ben, you are 100% correct. And this is what we're talking about. These are the options. It's easy to say, for years, we've been going to court. Yo, man, I make this amount of money. If you take this from me, I can't live. I'm be working to pay them. I got to go live in a fucking shelter. Judge be like, this is the law. You make X amount of dollars. The kid is worth this much. And, you know, she not working. And what am I going to do? You shouldn't have fucked her. Why does everyone get to tell men that? You shouldn't have slept with her. So what? Wait a minute. She's allowed to have casual sex. But men will also allow, but we got to deal with the consequences if a baby comes. She gets awarded for her fugazi behavior. We get punished. Y'all ain't peeped that? And the court will gladly accept that business. Why? Because the court makes money off of men when we fuck up like that. Right? Even when a woman gets pregnant, disappears, and pops back up, hey, this your baby. $16,000 evictions. So, do we want to talk about Kirk Franklin? Let's do it. Y'all all seen it by now. I hope you did. I know who y'all talking about. You just go to my channel and go in the search bar and put in House of Hypocrites and just watch that show and just spin the whole show and be amazed. I still stand by this. No birth control makes you gain 100 pounds. There's no doctor in the world that would allow their clients to take any medication that made them gain 100 pounds. That is impossible. That doctor would lose their license. That doctor will lose their license and be put on trial for attempted murder. Okay? That's number one. Number two, you can't like fucking that much to the point where it's like, I don't want to have no baby, so I'm gonna stay on this pill, and I done gained 100 pounds, but I got to get my guts rammed in. I know women that got on birth control, gained like 10 pounds in like a year, and they said, no, once I couldn't fit my jeans, I get off of it. But they said, yo, look, shorty I knew, Mitchell Show, what up? Manda Mansa Musa, what up? Shorty I knew said she just took it to regulate her period. She wasn't even fucking like that. She had a boyfriend, broke up with him. She was twiddling her fingers. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But she wasn't even fucking like, she was on the pill to regulate her period. But then she said when she gained some weight, and she said once her jeans stopped fitting, she got off of it. She says, no, it's not worth it. I'm not doing nothing. Wake up, man. So let's talk about good old Kirk Franklin. Y'all done seen it. Y'all done seen it. Hold up, let me y'all done seen it. Look, man. I'm sick and tired of the cap. All right. Let me give y'all the short version. Kirk was lied to. He was lied to his whole life. That man is like, what, 53 now? Do you know his fucking mother lied to him his whole life? It's all over the internet now. Imagine being told your father was one guy and he just left for whatever reason, and then you go to another state and he's a Christian now, and he's successful, and he's expressed his feelings to this man that was on his deathbed, dying from cancer. And he said, yeah, man, you make me feel real insecure because I didn't know you and you ain't love me and blah, 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 blah. Well, I love you and I forgive you. And the man dies. And then there's a funeral some time later. And they were burying a relative, and this man shows up and says to a relative of his, I think it was his biological aunt. And the man says, yeah, I used to date so-and-so, which is Kurt's mother. And then the light switches on, and everybody at the funeral starts looking at him and says, you know what? Holy shit, you look like him. Am I bugging? And now there's little, could it be? Could it be? Could it be? Could it be? So he wasn't stunting on it. Nobody contacted him, but the guilt of his mother made her call her son and said, do you want to talk about the rumors? I've never lied to you. So then he called her and says, well, what rumors? What are you talking about? Yeah, that this guy, and I forget his name, is your father. That's not your father. And he says, okay. So dude swabbed himself up and said, look, do with this what you want. And Kurt said, okay. Okay. Yeah, original man, this is going on right now in real time. He's dealing with this right now as we speak. So then he sends the swab to get the DNA done, comes back, turns out that that man is his father, his biological father. I understand he goes to see his aunt. His aunt is beefing with him like he did something wrong. Fuck that. I want to talk to my mother. Made them sign an agreement so that he can air it because it's a documentary. And his mother says, yo, look, man, that's not your daddy, whatever. Get retested. He sent out another test. Turns out, yo, this is my father. What the fuck? And of course, here come the crocodile tears. And I think the aunt, because I didn't watch it yet, the aunt is beefing at him like he did something wrong. The man 53. He's on like, yo, my mom's lied to me again. And I said, wait a minute, that is twice. She told him that the dude that died from cancer was a father. That was a lie. And it turns out that this dude lived like up the block and around the corner from him the whole time. Can you imagine that? It's like, oh, I know dude, he from the neighborhood. That's your daddy. What?
What?
And she's still lying. Oh yeah, Quiet Storm. That's why I didn't even bother. I didn't even want to play the audio. Yeah, you can't play with that thing. You can't play with that thing. There's certain channels and certain things you can't do on here. Like when I want to review something, I'm going to the audio from now on. I don't even want to fair use a lot of video. Paternity Court, don't play with it. $1 million worth of game, don't play with it. The Breakfast Club, don't play with it. They will flag your ish fast. Yeah, he must have walked by that man 1,000,000 times. Dude is like up the street from a studio he grew up using. Had no idea that's his biological father. Yeah, V. Now, these are good and grown women. But you see, you guys got to understand, this right here is a culture. It's a culture. How these kids are living today, who you think taught them? These bitch-ass niggas that I talk about today when I'm wondering, you know, let me divest to the boxing. When I tell y'all, I don't understand the Bud Crawford fans and the Shakur Stevenson fans. I did not say that those brothers don't know how to fight. They do. They're nice with it. But their fan base agreeing with how they're moving, like with Bud right now and with Shakur right now, with the things that they're saying, it's like, wait a minute. What? And this disdain for Errol after Errol Spence hooked Bud up. This disdain for Devin Haney when he had the weight of the world on his shoulders. I bet you every last one of them niggas forgot that Paulie Malignaggi was trolling the fuck out of Devin all through 2023 and 2022. Threatened, he wanted to fight Devin Haney in a bare knuckle fight. Paulie Malignaggi, remember that? The guy that told me that Ahmaud Arbery got himself killed when those crackers pointed the shotgun at him and he tried to grab the shotgun. He said that was his fault that man died. And these niggas forgot that. These are some of the things, Anthony, what up? These are some of the things that Devin Haney had to go through. And what you're seeing is black excellence. What you saw was Errol Spence looking out for his black brother. And this is how these niggas are treating them. And I said, wait a minute. Y'all think I be joking when I say y'all niggas got y'all fucking mama last name? Because no man raises a man to behave like that. I don't fucking identify with none of that shit. These bitches be mothers for 6 months and then they want to drop the kid off at grandma's house. But watch this. Mama, I need a break. Because you know why? Mama going to the club. She 25, mama 45. Shit, I'm gonna be 48. I told you years ago, I went to go pick this Dominican chick up from Washington Heights. I was fucking with her. Can you pick me up from this club? Yeah. I go to pick up from the club. She comes out with her mother and her grandmother. All of them had fat asses. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? They were all hanging out in this fucking bar. I said, oh my God. Her mother was 18 years older than her, and grandma was in her early 50s. Do the math. Bro. No, wait, let me see. She was 21. Her mom was, I want to say 40. And grandma was knocking on 60. But they all had donkeys. It was incredible. And they were all hanging out, drinking at the same place. Nicholas, what up? So this is what we deal with, man. So Kirk's mother's still in denial. But you got to understand, that's just a story we're learning about. Do you know how often this happens? Do you know how common this is? That Maury Povich show, man, was on for like damn near 20 years. Those were real people. How many chicks been on there 3 or 4 times and never found the dude? She on there 1 time. Then she comes back and bring back 2 niggas. Come back for a 3rd time, there's 6 niggas waiting in the back. And still never find the motherfucker who, man, this is normal behavior. This is normal behavior. This is normalized. It's out of control because I don't know what this is. So what I'm saying is, now that we're out of control, the government, Roe vs. Wade, they have to step in some more. What is more valuable? Locking your men up, your military, your law enforcement, your builders who take care of the infrastructure, who are out on the oil rigs. You lock them up. The bus drivers, the police officers, the construction workers, you lock them up because one night of pleasure is giving them a lifetime of pain. I know y'all have heard that before. So they made a mistake and they legitimately got to pay. Are you going to leave it up to that bitch just to collect a check? Are you going to trust her to even go to work? I just did a show last night, right? That bitch got not 1, not 2, but 3 NFL players, babies. That bitch ain't got to see it. She ain't got to work. She's a millionaire. What does she do? What is her profession? She's a social media model. That's an actual fucking profession. How are these single mothers contributing to society when we got 16,000 evictions in Atlanta alone? I'm scared to ask about the other states. But you's a boss and don't need no man. No, I'm sorry. You need a man because somehow we're supposed to pay for that. Somehow we're supposed to pay for that. But how these niggas, these hardworking blue collar dudes, when you taking their goddamn CDL licenses and all this other weird shit off of an allegation, how are we supposed to protect? How are we supposed to fucking build buildings and bridges and shit? These bitches ain't doing it with their fucking psychology degrees that they don't use. Didn't somebody say, wasn't it Big Joe Townsend? Didn't he say he met a cashier at Target, had a 6-figure debt in student loan, but she's a cashier at Target? She might have been cute, but then these bitches get mad when they're sitting across the dinner table and the dude says, Coach, what up? Dude says, what do you bring to the table? 6 figures in debt, in college, in student loans, in college debt. What's he supposed to do with that? And then y'all look at us crazy when a dude says what you bring to the table, and you got 1 or 2 kids from a nigga that you're not even on good terms with. Whom, I might add, you're never gonna be done with. Because a lot of these chicks are still sleeping with the baby daddy. That's a whole nother thing. So new paternity laws would benefit the country because it'll make women more responsible. All of this, see, living off the fat of the land, man, they just run around doing everything because everything benefits them. Tell me I'm lying. Did I lie to y'all one time? Only thing a chick will come in here and say, they'll just say, look, leave it how it is. Y'all should not be fucking us and leaving us and whatever. Stop acting like the nigga you met at the club is your husband. Stop acting like you trying to make that your husband. Not when I'm seeing all of these fucking videos pop up. Did y'all see that video pop up? They were talking about these girl trips, and they openly said they're out there to hoe and go. Did y'all see that clip? And they said there's no halfway. Either you're with us or you're not with us. If you're not trying to hoe and go, wait for the church trip. Did y'all see that clip? I said, oh my God. These are the modern women? Now watch this. There are some cases where a dude can be careful. He strap up and he's banging her so hard the bag pop. And then when women get pregnant, some women get pregnant, there's some women that'll get their stomach pumped. Then there's other women that are like, you know what? I have a responsibility now, and I'm going to be a woman now, and I'm going to have this baby, and I'm going to raise this baby, and it's your baby, and Y'all were just talking about y'all was hoeing and going. I didn't sign up for this. I was responsible. The bag popped. Wait a minute. I couldn't have been. It was a ski trip. Y'all remember those ski trips? I couldn't have been the only guy banging you. You was hoeing the whole weekend. I hit you off twice. But then I saw you coming out that room. How do you know it's mine? Oh, you saw me pull up to the fucking lot with a BMW. I get it. So now I got to go through the motions. Fine, bitch. Fine, bitch. Amazing. Hoe and go. Now watch this. I'm gonna tell you the mind fuck. There's men that saw that and say, man, I saw another clip where these chicks were just twerking and wagging their tongue, and there was a dude in the back just looking like this. He was disgusted. Now watch this. Do y'all remember when they did some sort of survey and they're saying that men are watching more pornography and openly admitted that they masturbate, and women are saying, oh no, see, they're in front of the computer all damn day. That's why they don't know how to talk to girls. No, they choose not to fuck with y'all because masturbating is a hell of a lot safer. You don't get no diseases. You don't knock nobody up because fucking with y'all is dangerous because y'all want to hoe and go. So when a man, watch this, with you as a mother, I'm talking to the ladies, with you as a mother, tell your son, he's 25 years old and he's single, and he's going on a boat ride with a bunch of chicks like that, hoeing and going. Would you tell your son to even go on that boat ride? Like, yo, look, you in your 20s, you do what you want to do, but I wouldn't recommend that. You go to one of those kids, I don't want you to, one of those chicks, I don't want you catching AIDS or having, I don't want that woman in my house if she your baby mama, or I would like for you to have a wife. Would you tell your son to go fuck around on that boat ride? I mean, he's grown, he can do what he wants, but would you want him there? He's young, he gotta get off. Wouldn't you feel a lot more safer if he just turn on some Pornhub and shake dice and be done with it? Would you want him to deal with that woman if she's hoeing and going? So now all of a sudden Pornhub don't sound too threatening now, doesn't it? Sounds a lot safer. Hoe and go. I couldn't believe this. That would have sounded awesome when I was 18. I look at that shit in complete disgust now. I'm like, what is this? Eric Jordan back in that super chat, he said, I'm betting all those evictions are 100% single moms. You know what? LaRon, if you can, could you find out how many of those chicks were single mothers? I'm willing to bet if it's not 100%, I'm willing to bet it's like around 80. I'm willing to bet it's about 80. Let me go. T. Scott, what's good, man? Yeah, Houston has another serious issue. Squeegee Kid in that super chat, much love. He said, when we were young, Monopoly was a board game. Now, there is a board game called Go Ho or Go Home.
Whoa! Yeah, it's kind of pretty before it gets started, ain't it? Oh, frog when it courting, he did ride Crambo. Frog when it courting, he did ride Crambo.
Go!
Wow. Brother LeBron said, look at Blueface going through the gauntlet with, God, man. I was just talking about dick discipline yesterday, was I not? Let me see what Mr. Shelton sent me.
That's good, everybody.
Oh, man. Yeah, I saw this. He sent me our good brother from Celebrity Junk, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Listen, man. Fellas, we got to take this shit back. That's why it's important for us not to get shamed for having these conversations. Did y'all just see what Jada Pinkett did? Yo, she don't like Will. She don't like the nigga. She does not like him, man. Man, that's a whole nother show, man. Oh, my God. She does not like him. If I could talk to Will, and his net worth is like money outside of hitting this Powerball for like $750 million, look, ain't no way, man. If I knew him like that, I'd be like, yo, bro, stop dealing with that bitch. You need to go bang a chick hard and just let it leak out. Let her get on Instagram and just talk about it. And you need to get in the best shape of your life. Take some pictures like you setting it up. Set up that jab. Take some pictures. And then get caught banging on a chick. And don't be apologetic. Don't even call it an entanglement. Just say, yo, I saw her, I liked her, I banged her. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I ain't do it longer. Because everyone's going to look at Jada and watch the fucking bitches go, oh, girl, yeah, that's why you need to do this. And nah, go back and fuck. That bitch fucked your son's friend. And then, man, not me. Not me. And then you go slap another man for the world to see. To me, oh yeah, thank you, original man. By the way, your son's best friend turned out to be gay. And it's a possibility he was in there fooling around with your son. So that dude might have banged your wife and your son. Do you realize how disgusting this shit is? And you're Will Smith, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, whatever the fuck is you want to call yourself. Hancock. And you putting up with this and you slapping your boy on stage? And women went straight to his behavior and bigged him up for slapping a man for making a bullshit joke, but totally ignored what she did. You know what they said? His dick game probably sucks, and go ahead, girl. Do you. If he don't like it, he could leave. Yeah, he could have left, and he didn't do it. He's stuck in his marriage. He can't get no credit for that either, right? Fine. You see? Paternity law's got They're going to benefit the country. You know why? It's going to force these women to be responsible. Because I can say this, black men, we have been more responsible. Look at the facts, data, and statistics. I don't believe in bisexual, LeVon. He gay. Bisexual is just greedy. He gay. There's no way a man, in my opinion, could want kitty cat 1 minute and then say, yeah, I want a schlong. That's disgusting, dude. That's disgusting. It's my opinion. I don't care. Did that. I think he was goofing around with the son too. And he banged the moms and then they came out. It's ridiculous. But I think these laws would hold women more responsible. If the government says we ain't gonna go after these dudes, if the government says if you spit out a child and you know this dude is not responsible, we're not gonna chase him. Why? From what I just said. What happens if this guy is military? What are you gonna do? Put him in prison? What happens if this guy's a truck driver and he's transporting important shit from state to state? And because of one night in passion, he loses his CDL and he gets locked up. You're taking a man out of rotation, and the whole time you're taking these men out of rotation and ruining their lives for kids being raised. Because then, by the way, when a man is forced to get involved, all he says, well, man, at least can I be in a kid's life? Then these bitches be like, no. Then they raising the kid to hate him. Now he grows up to be a fucking angry rapper or some shit, some stupid shit, or some, okay, let's leave black people out of it. So he becomes an emo kid singing golf music. I fucking hate my dad. Down and now. It makes me sad. Down and now. Love my mom, she was here. And now I'm queer. I hate my dad. Oh, he's a trailer park motherfucker. Mom smokes weed and I'm real mad. Hate my dad, I hate my dad. Yeah, word up, the next Eminem and shit. Man, get the fuck out of here. Raising bastards. And these niggas they grow up. They're not in control of their emotions. They don't know how to talk to women. Because these women are raising these boys in their image. So when a woman jump bad with them, they think it's okay to slap them in the fucking face because they don't know any better. Because there wasn't a man to tell them, yo, don't hit no girl. Y'all get my point. Y'all get my point. Or they'll just accept anything a chick tell them. They don't know. Man, this conversation gets deep and I ain't got enough time tonight. But if the government gets involved and says, basically, we're not going to award you bitches for your bad behavior, it's going to put them in a position where they're going to have to be responsible. Roe versus Wade was a great step. There, I said it. The next step will be what I'm talking about. Bitch, you had a one-night stand and you don't know that guy? I don't care if you find him on social media. If it's in writing and he's telling you, yo, I don't want no part of this. You went ahead and had the baby. That's your responsibility. You know why? Because we need this man building houses and being a cop or driving a bus or, you know, doing things that men do. Ryan Wright, salute. Because we don't have men no more. Men are not allowed to be men. We're shamed for being men. Because what you bitches are doing, they don't do it in China. Hell, they don't even TikTok in China like how we TikTok over here. Dr. Mark, salute. Did y'all know that? You can't get on TikTok over there and put a goddamn firecracker in your armpit and set it and blow it up. They will put your shit in jail. Over here, we're free. And we do all kinds of stupid shit. And it's okay. China drew the line. They said, no. We ain't that free. But America allows the stupid shit. Go through TikTok and just look at these girls telling stories. It's like, yo, this shit ain't for everyone to hear. So we believe in big government, big pharma. The first thing you do is you disarm these hoes. Paternity laws will benefit the country. It'll force these women to be responsible. It will. Y'all ain't gonna make no money. Mark Wunderlich, salute. Utah. Y'all ain't gonna make no money locking niggas up anymore. That'll be gone. But if a chick knows, I ain't gonna get no bread if I choose to have this kid, she ain't gonna have a kid, man. She ain't gonna have a kid. I could do it by myself. Bitch, no. The average man makes what, 40 grand a year? You make 32. But I'm a boss. Let's see how that work out. I'm a single mother. I can't get evicted. So according to these laws, yeah. We got shelters that you and your kid shelter. We don't care what you tell them about the father. No one told you to go. No one told you to have a baby. But this is just me thinking. It's just me thinking. I don't know. I can't find that clip no more. Dude said that it was being spoken about. But think about it, man. I hope it is being spoken about because this will rectify a lot of shit. You gotta understand. China is trying to make their kids more masculine, and we are not doing that. We're doing the opposite. We're telling these kids it's okay to be girlish and share jeans with your fucking girlfriend and be sensitive and shape your eyebrows up. We'll know you're a man. Just make as much babies as you can. But if you don't be in their life, we're going to lock you up. It's ass backwards. Aren't we built off of Christian principles? I'm about to go somewhere. This country's built off of Christian principles. But that flag was flying on that White House lawn, was it not? We're built on Christian principles. But how the fuck did Cardi B have a conversation with the president? This whole thing is a scheme, y'all. Tom, what up? And that's my point. General Africa, salute. And that's my point. Dysfunction is what makes this country function. That's why we're collapsing from the inside out. They ain't got to send no bombs over here to fuck us up. Social media is doing a wonderful job. This conversation I'm having right now somewhere there's some bitch saying something completely the opposite. Everything is our fault. Guess what? It's been our fault. Y'all ain't want to have this baby. You shouldn't have fucked her. They don't say that. A chick said, well, I had the baby. It's okay, baby. Poor baby, because you got to talk to these women like they're children. Don't worry, we'll put you up in public housing. We'll get him. We'll give you free light, free gas, free meals. The kids will go to public school for free. It'll be a little fucked up, though. And we're going to ruin that nigga life because we got to get the money from somewhere. And he was a nigga building the country. He was one truck driving. Construction, blue collar. He was contributing. One night, his pull-out horrible or the condom broke. You're ruining this man and saying, yo, you was not, the condom broke and that's your bad. You were supposed to, but her. Now watch this. Watch this. She's the one unemployed. How many times you heard this or seen this? She's the one unemployed. He's the one making $70,000, $80,000 a year. She's the one living at home with her mother. He's the one with a house. How the fuck she get custody? I seen that too. All right, why I gotta pay her? I live alone. I got space. Why can't I have custody of the baby? Because the government thinks that women raise the babies better than the men. So they would rather take your money, stick the kid with her and her dysfunctional ass, right? And give you the most fucked up visitation laws. Some motherfuckers can't see the kid without a third party watching them watch the kid, and you can only have it's like being in prison. You have to be in the mutual area, and someone from the system has to watch you play with your kid for like 2 or 3 hours out the day. I'm telling you. And the government says it's better to leave that child with that dysfunctional heifer. And you the one, and she's unemployed, and you the one making all the money. Make it make sense. Now, there are some cases where dudes have custody, but it's rare. I mean, the woman has to be so fucked up. And you have to prove it. I know 2 cases of that where it was proven. And I'm telling you, that story is an absolute wreck. It's an absolute wreck. V-Ben, and you're right. Social media just accelerated the process and put it on Front Street. Sort of like police brutality. It's been around. It's just that social media now we're seeing it. It went from, yo, cops are kicking our ass unnecessarily. Oh, you're just black and making excuses. Then Rodney King happened. Oh, that's just an isolated incident. Plus, he has an arrest record and he's a drug addict. Then social media happened and we're catching it every week. Oh, well, it's hard being a cop. And shut up. We told you since the 50s this has been happening. The 40s, the 30s, the 20s, the early 1900s. We've been getting our asses kicked all this time. We've been telling you. From Rodney King to Philando Castile. So it's the same thing with these bitches. Social media, this behavior is common. We just now catching it, and now these broads are admitting it. Instead of them saying, yo, look, these bitches don't represent me, what they're saying is, they're free to do what they want. No, you can't just call them hoes. You can't just, James Doon, what up? You can't just say, yo, look, that don't represent me. That's stupid. You can't just say it. Just say it. Just say it. You're not gonna. You're really not gonna say it, are you? That's ridiculous. You're really not gonna say it. You want to go down with the ship. It hurts you to say that, yo, these bitches right here, it's fucked up. I have no problem saying that these gangbangers and all this. I have no problem saying that don't represent me. I have no problem saying, yo, this dudes that got several baby mamas, That don't represent me. I ain't got no problem saying that because they don't. These hoes is dead silent on these chicks talking about a whole trip. Sukiana? You in a whole other country talking about I'm gonna get my coochie scratched and eat a nigga ass in London? Who laughed at that? David, what up? Who the fuck laughed at? I said, oh my God. What's wrong with y'all? And again, I would tell the brothers, Messi Michonne, what's good? I would tell the brothers, listen, man, keep your dick in your pants. But according to the data and statistics, black men have been. That's what all the master. And again, y'all remember the other? I don't know what it was. It was a survey or something. Oh, men are more in front of the computer and masturbating all over the place. Oh, that's why they don't know how to talk to women. No, they've spoken to women. They don't like the options. So they stop fucking with y'all. And masturbation is safer. Like I said, if y'all had grown sons, Drip, what up, man? If y'all had grown sons, would you want your sons dealing with Sukiana and Cardi B to get drugged and robbed? And bitches going on hoe trips? How do you defend this? And those are the bitches in the limelight, but this thought process is rampant all over America. And when these chicks get pregnant, they get rewarded. And a blue-collar man who slips up, loses half or majority of his shit. And this bitch who get a scratched gets rewarded. So if you change these paternity laws, I think it'll be beneficial to the country. According to the CDC, black women have the highest STD rates in the country. And that's sad, man. I'm not saying that like a no, that's sad, man. What are these women doing? What about that bitch in Houston walking into a turkey spot ass naked? And it was a family place with the sun up. Welcome down, Ram, salute. What about that? That same bitch walking in the goddamn malls flashing her coochie. And you wonder why dudes are staying home jacking off all over the place. They don't want to deal with that. Yeah. B said, CDC has been saying that since the 90s. Maybe it's true. We're doing a lot of fucking, aren't we? Thank you, Kane. She was never arrested. If I did the same thing before I left the turkey spot, the police would have been there. SWAT would have been there with shields and masks. They'd have shot me in the dick. And you just saw me in a mugshot like, why you shoot me in the dick, though? You crazy. He said, I just started Brick a Bitch Services Company. Hit my IG for details. Hell yeah. And these are the bitches we protect. Hoe trips, phantom bricks, and bitches walking in family restaurants ass naked. These are our queens. Look at the options and ask yourselves, would you tell your fucking sons to deal with these modern women? But this is all relevant to the topic. But paternity laws changing, holding these women accountable, this changes everything. Because I'm telling you, A lot of the men that have gotten caught up, these guys make society move. Wouldn't it be dope if a paternity ruling put a man in jail, and then you go to the bitch and say, "Yo, look, all right, he's in jail for lack of support, but here's the thing. We took his CDL and he's locked up. Now you got to go drive the truck. Yeah, you're gonna get that child support, but now you got to earn it. You wasn't working before. Guess what? You got to work his job. He drove a truck from state to state. He'd be on the road for 3 days. Don't worry, we're making babysitting arrangements. But the cargo he's moving, it makes the world go round. So congratulations, you're gonna get the money. But for the time that he's in jail, you gotta work his job. Wouldn't that be dope? It's impossible. But y'all get my point. Yeah, V-Ben, I agree 100. I agree 100. These modern women, their ideology came from their moms. Like V said, like I'm saying, this isn't new behavior. It's been around. It's just that we see it now because we have social media. It's not new. This is not new behavior. At that funeral, I bet you there was a bunch of adults that were sleeping with each other back in the 70s and 60s. I bet you. They're just as freaky and fucked up as these kids today. It's just on a wider scale. Today, it's a wider scale. But I think if you change the paternity laws and it's a clean break with what I wish I could find that video where dude said they're gonna start you can only pursue a man for child support if he was active in the man in the baby's life. You can't just point the finger and say he's the father. Also, for men that are claiming to be the father, if you're in the hospital, like, yo, part of the rule we got to swab you up. Because as soon as that baby comes out, swab. You need to make sure that baby's yours. We're going to hold that birth certificate. And it's going to take, you could be here and take pictures or whatever, but in about 48 to 72 hours, now 48 to 72 hours, we will know if this is biologically your child. Now, if it comes back that it's not your biological child, you still have the option to sign the birth certificate. Once you sign this birth certificate, you are financially obligated to take care of this kid. Fair enough? And that'll be great. Oh yeah, Phenomenal Mexican. That was on, I was trying to play that. I got flagged for that. That was on paternity court. That dude, check this out. That dude is a white guy too. The son was like in his 20s, right? And he's on paternity court. And he said, I don't know if this kid is mine or not. You know, she said, his girlfriend, his ex-girl said, I took the DNA test or whatever and it came back his. But here was the thing. Wherever they worked, she had access to the paperwork somehow. She worked in the place. So the paperwork came through her hands. Rachel, Nonito, what up? The paperwork came through her fucking hands. And he said, no, she fucked with it. It came back that I was a father and I had back child support, and he did 5 years in 5 years. Lost his job and all kinds of shit. So long story short, they do the paternity test. Guess what? It came back that he was not the father. And let me tell you something. He was very calm. I mean, he was like, oh my God. I mean, she committed fraud. She can't go to jail for this or whatever. And she just sitting there like, and her son was just sitting there like, and he looked at dude and says, look, man, I'm sorry, but it's her. And I'm like, wow. Did y'all see that? I was like, wow. He did 5 years. 5 over that shit. Do you think he has a case to get? There is no law to send her to prison for lying. And you know what the court will say? Well, we can't send the woman to prison. That's the woman, and that's the mother. And how is she gonna? I don't be thinking about that when you send the man to prison. First of all, he'll be the one with the job, but y'all say it's better for the child to hang with the unemployed woman to be raised. Not with the man, but the unemployed woman. And then when he's late with the support, you take his credentials so he can't walk, and then you lock him up. So how is that beneficial to the kid in the first fucking place? What about the black couple, the light-skinned chick that sat up there and the brother with the dreads? He said, I got with her, but I didn't complete. He said, skin touched, but he never completed. Next thing you know, she said she was pregnant. Y'all remember that one? There was a light-skinned brother with dreads, and he was there with the new girl. And the light-skinned chick looking like CeCe Peniston was standing there with her grown son. And he took the stand and said, I don't know him, and and I just know what my mother told me. And she was in there going off on him. And I think he had his driver's license taken from him, and he was going through hell. And the kid was like in his teens, his late teens. Well-spoken young brother. Now, when you're looking at it, you're looking like, could be his, because they were both light-skinned. I was like, you don't know. Well, guess what? You are not the father. And he said, I told you she committed fraud, because he got fucked up legally dealing with this shit. You know what I noticed? When it be a young man, because there was a few shows I've seen like that. When it be a young man, they never just bash on the goddamn, when I say bash, I'm not saying physically put hands on the mom, but they never say, Mom, you lied to me, man. That's fucked up. Normally they start crying and hug the mother. But I did see one on paternity court where this woman had more than one. Man, there was like 2 niggas on the TV, one on the stand, and the woman was saying, I don't know who my father is. And the woman just out and out said, look, I did this. I don't know what else to say. My daughter had to know that her mother was fast. She used the term hoe. She used it. She used that term. I said, oh shit. But I don't play with paternity court's clips because you get flagged for it. Did y'all see that one? It was a chick or a light-skinned black chick. I said, ooh, she was so honest. She said, Mommy was a hoe. I said, damn. But guess what? Don't candy coat it. I applauded her for that. Don't candy coat it. Mommy was, out. She was in these streets. Don't candy coat it. Man, G5 in the building. Salute. Yo, Drip, one day you gotta come on here and tell your story because that's sure. Drip, you gotta come on here and tell that story, bro. Cause that I don't mean to laugh, but that goddamn, that was some bullshit. You wanna know what's fucked up about this nigga? Yo, I came to work. I'm sitting down. This nigga walks up. He said, "Yo, what's good?" I said, "Yeah, wife is pregnant." I look at this nigga. This nigga was laughing so hard at me. I was like, "Fuck you, man." Oh my God, man. That was funny. Well, 13 years later, I'm a happy father. Goddamn. Yo, you know what? We you know what? We could do it next Monday. Story time. We do it next Monday. He said, I tell people at work they don't believe it. Bro, nah, man. Nah, you gotta come share that story. You know what? Let's do it Monday. Let's do it Monday. Oh man. Damn. That was funny, man. I was sitting in I was just sitting down like this. And he said, "Yo, what up?" I said, "Yeah, my wife's pregnant." I was like, I said, "Nigga, what you laughing at?" I was like, "Nigga, what the fuck?" I'm so funny, nigga. Sleepless nights. 10:30, bro. 10:30 Monday. 10:30 Monday. Oh, nah, phenomenal Mexican. I haven't spoken to him in a minute. He moved down south. Did I tell y'all the fucking fishing story? Did I tell y'all that story? Fuck it. I gotta share it again. Bro, listen. Listen to this shit. Nonito, Ratio, listen to this. Listen to this. A long time ago, right? Me and my friends, we rented a car, right? And we was going to Philly, right? We was going to meet some chicks. And one of our boys, he was staying with a shorty. But you know how some niggas are they're just messy. And this nigga says, "Nah, I want to roll with y'all." And I said, "Look, man, your girl crazy and Shorty don't like us. Listen, yeah, I will, Drip, I will." So I said, look. I said, "Look, man, it's on you. You get caught, it's on you." So, yo, listen to this, y'all. Listen to this. He tells her we going fishing. I said, "Fine, we going fishing." Right? So we hop on Turnpike. Philly's not really far from here. It's like 2.5 hours, 3 hours, whatever. It goes fast. We went to our destination. You know, whatever happened. We coming back. It was like a day trip. So we coming back, right? We left early in the morning. So we coming back. On the way back, this jerk nigga calls. This jerk nigga calls his wife. I don't remember if he called her or she called him. And this was back with the early phones where you had to mind your minutes. But it was the weekend. He had free week shit, right? He's like, "Yo, babe, what up?" So I hear her on the phone. "Yeah, so where'd y'all go?" He said, "We went out to some lake out here, you know, whatever, you know, but the fish is biting." "Yeah, what you got?" He said, "Yeah, we caught a lot of fish." He said, "Yo, the tilapia were biting." So I'm sitting in the front seat And at first, I'm like, all right, this nigga ain't on the phone. And I look around the car, and these niggas is like looking like, what? All right, I'll call you after 9, fam. He said, yeah, man, we got a bunch of them. In the freezer, in the cooler. Yeah, man, we gonna eat. All right, I'll talk to you later. He got off the phone. Driving, and I'm like, this is what I forgot. My nigga pulled the whole car over on the turnpike. This was me. You was really on the phone? Nigga said, yeah. I'm like, yo, what'd you say we caught? Yo, you know, tilapia, man. That's like my favorite fish. You was really on the phone? Yeah. Name the body of water where you can fish and catch tilapia, nigga. And he's still sitting in the back seat like, what? Now I told you his girl was crazy, right? I said, my nigga, listen to me. You call her back and make small talk. And I do, see, as I'm remembering the story, I do recall my boy saying, yo, when you call her back, ask her if she knows how to scale and cut bluefish. No, I think he said striped bass. Because striped bass you can find. Striped bass is right here swimming in New York. Striped bass and bluefish. And he said, yo, you said tilapia, you dummy. He said, what? He said, oh, word. I said lake. Yo, we was supposed to be in salt water, right? We was hitting them with our hats. We was like, you stupid ass. You dummy. Tilapia is not a real fish. Nigga was like, what you mean? I can't believe. He said, nigga, call her back because you're going to get yourself killed. So now, when we got back, and see, he shouldn't have said any of that. Because now, when we came back into the city, we had to find a fucking fish market and tell the Chinaman, don't just give us the fish. Don't you know we came off the turnpike, and instead of coming back to the Bronx, we had to go to crowded ass Canal Street and find a fish market and bought some goddamn, we ended up getting bluefish just for his stupid ass. So he could bring it upstairs. The whole fish, dummy. And here's the thing. It wasn't like real bluefish. It was just a fish that I don't even remember what kind of fish it was. She didn't know the difference. Yeah, babe, we caught this. Tilapia, you idiot. I'm in Virginia somewhere now. I would love to have him on here to tell that story, but that shit was embarrassing for him. This nigga really didn't know that it was like an awkward silence, but he hung the phone up. He was like, yeah, you know, and we were like, was you really on the phone just now? Or were you just fucking around? Like, you know, tilapia is not a real fish. What do you mean the tilapia were biting? Maybe she thought you was trolling her. What, nigga? The trolling wasn't around in the 90s. But you get my point. We was like, did you? Nigga. Tilapia? You fucking... Man, that's a whole skit. He pulled the fucking whole car over on a turnpike. I was like, was you on the phone for real? Look, she ain't gonna be screaming at me. You idiot. No one is that stupid. He was. He's like, oh shit. What do you mean it's a fake fish? It's not in no water. And he want to go back and forth with us. It's not in no water. Nigga. Look, I know it tastes good. Never mind. Josiah Matthews in that super chat, much love. He said, modern women are way out of order. Just look at Remy Ma plus Papoose held it down for 7 years. Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday, good brother. The term for these women are demon-like. Diablo. Who the fuck does that? And Pap, if it's 100% true, Pap is doing a good job by just not saying anything. Don't. Let her ride off into the sunset and do what it is that she wants to do. Because I'm telling you, there is no timetable on karma. It's going to come back to her. If she think that 25-year-old dude is going to be with her forever, he's just flavor of the month. When it's all said and done, she's going to be back in front of Pat. And what he chooses to do is what he chooses to do. But moving forward, whatever he chooses to do is now justified. Even if she don't like it. Stinky bitch. Yo, I got to get out of here. Yeah, paternity loss would actually save the country because it'll put men back to work. They don't have to worry about, fucking with these girls and getting caught up. Jeff Sparks, salute. And we can get back to building bridges and tunnels and buildings and guns and being men and protecting the goddamn country because China's stepping their game up. They're telling their men, stop shaping up your eyebrows. What happens if 30 years from now, all the goddamn Chinamen that we see are now walking around looking like Big Bang Zhang and they got hands like him? What happens when all these motherfuckers walk around looking like Yao Ming? Now what you gonna do? They gonna look at the niggas on this country like eyebrows. He gay, he gay, he gay. He say he not gay, but his shorty told me she slips him the finger. Think about what I'm saying, y'all. Think about what I'm saying. Think about what I'm saying. In 30 years, when the majority of Chinese men are looking like Big Bang Zhang, for those of you that follow him, he's fighting tomorrow, y'all. Zhang is like what, 6'5", 6'6"? 280 pounds? When the average Chinaman look like that? And you look at American men and we on TikTok doing challenges. Demon, what up? When this is it, then what you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Blame the women? No. Government, all you gotta do is change these paternity laws. If these women could do it by themselves, let them do it by themselves. You can't do it by yourself. Majority of you can't. You know why? 16,000 evictions in Atlanta, Georgia alone. You need us. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat. I don't know. If I feel like it tomorrow, I might come back here tomorrow night. I don't know. I'm having fun here. And salute to y'all, man. Salute to the Godfather.
Yeah. You can't make this shit up, people. You cannot make this shit up.
And ladies, it's not the birth control making you overweight. It's the chemical in the birth control that sparks your appetite, that makes you eat. The eating makes you overweight. Get on the birth control, eat your food, and then burn it off in the gym. Salute to y'all, man. I will catch y'all on the rebound, though. Peace.